Okay, guys, we are live. Dave's LFC chats. Before we start, hit the like, hit the share. You know what to do. Obviously, we're all anticipating and dreaming of Darwin Nunez, Benfica, the Liverpool deal. It looks like it's getting really, really, really close. I think it's just a matter of signing the dots and signing the T's. And it's just literally, personal terms were agreed a few days ago. I think about 2 days ago. So I think it's the structure of the deal that's holding it up, the payments and stuff. I think it's 99% there done. I seen last night there was a few things. I think the owner of the club that sold Darwin Nunez to Benfica gets a 20% sell-on clause, and I think he's a billionaire. He's a Saudi billionaire, and he tweeted that it was a done deal. So if he's saying he's getting 20% of the deal, it must be a done deal, but we shall see. As I say, it's not done yet, but it really, it's about 98, 99% done. We shall see. I think the anticipation on Twitter and when it is done is going to explode. Everywhere it's going to explode. It's been unbelievable last 40, 45. It's dragging on a little bit more than I thought it would have. I suppose United came in late as well, but he always wanted to play for Liverpool. He always wanted Champions League football for start. So if you can't bring Champions League football to the table, I don't think you've got a chance, no matter what the money is. There's a lot of stuff bounding around about 200,000 a week, 120,000 a week, 150,000 a week. I'd say it's more like 120, 130,000 a week, to be fair. I couldn't see Liverpool bringing him in at 220 a week, and with the Salah situation as well there. 80 million plus 20 add-ons, which is with 68 million pound. It's about right. He's 22. He's almost 23. He's 6'1", 6'2". He's fast. For a big lad, he's very, very pacey. Very, very fast. Obviously, for a big lad, he's good in the air, but he's good on the ground too. He can score with both feet. He really is and could be. Wow. Reminds me a bit of a Torres in him. Like that pace for a big lad. You don't usually get it. It's rare. He's a bit of everything about him. It will be a fantastic sign when and if it comes off. I have a feeling something might happen later on today, to be fair. I think Uruguay were playing Panama yesterday and he pulled out of that game. According to reports, of course, he pulled out of that game and is on his way over to Liverpool. But remember, Liverpool could do the medical over there. They did it with Diaz in Colombia. They could always fly their doctors and stuff out there and do the bloody medical there. And if he's fit to play for Uruguay, which he would have been yesterday, I think the game is today. He's surely fit for Liverpool, but it's a big deal. So they want to get everything right. They want to cross all the T's and, don't announce it until it's 120% on the button. So I'm expecting it to be done. Today, but everyone else has been quiet about it. Paul, Joyce, everybody's looking out for Joyce's tweets. Maybe, James Pearce and Paul Gorst and all the big boys, big girls, and Melissa Reddy and all these type of guys. But they've been sort of quiet on it. It's been an unusual sort of situation in the last, especially yesterday. Yesterday was madness. I was retweeting and I was getting messages sent from Twitter and Instagram and all these. He's on a plane. He's here. He's there. He's, when it's done, guys, it's done. I suppose that's why I'm saying it's almost done, because it isn't done yet. It could even be done, and I don't know about it. But Niall Kane in the house. How are you, Niall? Hopefully you're well, my friend. Hit the like, hit the share, guys. As I say, it's got a little 20-minute Saturday morning chat about Darwin Nunez. Obviously, expecting him to come into Liverpool, what he gives us. He is a striker. He can play up there, but he can also play in the wing too, which, of course, Klopp rarely buys one player that can do one specialist thing. He usually, you could say maybe Van Dijk as a centre-half, Brodin as a centre-half, or Alisson as a goalkeeper. Brodin as a goalkeeper who can score goals. But you know what I mean. He usually likes utility players, but it's big money. It'd be a record-breaking deal if it goes through. So Liverpool want to get it right. Plus, there's the Mane situation. Bayern looks like Bayern. We'll probably get that deal probably Monday, I would say, for that one. There's Neco Williams of Fulham. There's Nat Phillips of Bournemouth. There's Ox all of a sudden being mentioned to go to Man United. Wow, I can't see that one happening, but you never know. Naby Keita, new deal. Salah, get that deal sorted as well. there's so much happening. The transfer committee and the Liverpool's backroom staff will have their, everything cut out for them the next 2-3 weeks. They officially opened yesterday. Transfer window officially opened yesterday, on the 10th of June. So anything's possible as of now. But the big one, of course, is Darwin Nunez. Will it happen? Will it not happen? When will it happen? Why hasn't it happened? The question, answers are, I don't know. As far as I know, it's almost a done deal. Almost a done deal. Morning, Dave. When do you reckon it gets done? As soon as today? Tom Connolly. You would presume, I remember the Diaz the Diaz deal, if you remember, around this time on a Saturday it was, and I was getting pictures sent through of Diaz holding up the jersey in Colombia and getting his medical and signing and stuff. He did it in Colombia. So something like that could happen. There was no reason why it wouldn't. I think he did big green. They brought the green screen with them, doing his little dance, doing his little Diaz dance. So I presume you'll get movement on it this weekend. It could be announced Monday, but you don't know. In Liverpool, they could announce it any day or any time. They could announce it today at 4 or 5 o'clock. You just don't know. But it seems to be all going well. I mean, hearing about him flying in and stuff, whether he has to even do that, I don't know if you have to do that in the modern day anymore. As I say, all Liverpool's, they meet his agent. His agent's in Portugal, so they can meet his agent, do all that, do all the stuff that needs to be done, and they could fly over to Uruguay if they wanted to Montevideo, fly over there and bring all the boys with them and do all his medical and do all his green screen stuff over there. So I don't know about the flying in thing, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's true. Andrew Quinn, Darwin Nunez will be the next Fernando Torres. Exactly what I just said. He reminds me of Torres. Big, strapping, strong, pacey, very pacey lad. Very good with both feet. Don't want to put too much pressure, but I mean, if it's a record-breaking fee, which it looks like it probably will be, for a forward, what would it be, 68 million plus another 10, 15 million on top of that pound, which is 100 million euro roughly package. Yeah, there will be pressure anyway because of the bloody fee, but that's not him setting that. That's, the club, Benfica, setting that basically. And I mean, what is he, 36 goals last year? I mean, he's absolutely banging for it. The problem is now you pay a premium. Other teams coming in from the likes of United, I think Atletico Madrid were interested in him as well. But I mean, Liverpool with Klopp. Klopp is the draw. There's no doubt about it. Jurgen Norbert Klopp is the draw. He's our best signing ever. I did a tweet yesterday. Jurgen Norbert Klopp is our best modern era signing in history, especially in the last 30 years. And that has to be true. I mean, he's just up there with Shankly, I think. Shankly-esque. That type of man management, that type of arm around you, hug around you, just unbelievable. But it's an interesting, 6-7 weeks for Liverpool, more 8 weeks. I mean, he's Salah deal. We've got to get that done. I still think Salah, we need to get Salah tied down with Mane. Looks like he's gone to Bayern. Bring in Nunez, Fabio Carvalho from Fulham. He's coming in on the 1st of July. It looks like the Calvin Ramsey deal is going to go through maybe Monday. You might even hear about it the weekend. 4 million plus add-ons. The young 18-year-old Aberdeen fullback. I mean, he's Trent cover. I mean, he's really, really exciting prospect as well. So you've those type of guys. We've young lads coming up through. Elliot, Caden Gordon, Tyler Morton. I mean, the future is bright. The future is red. And that's the thing I would say for Liverpool. It really is. But back to Darwin Nunez. More confirmation from Uruguay. Says Andrew Quinn. Outlet saying Nunez won't be in the squad tonight for the travelling. Yeah, that's what I heard. That it's hard to know who to believe, what to believe, isn't it? I mean, we're looking at these Portuguese and Uruguayan, outlets we've never heard before, and there's these journalists we've never heard before. Some of them have blue ticks after the name, some of them don't have blue ticks after the name. So I think it's just a matter of relaxing, trusting Klopp, trust in Julian Ward. Of course, Michael Edwards is gone, so Julian Ward is the man looking after the deals. But it really does look like, I have a feeling we might hear something later on today. I really do. Mohamed, dribbler, pace, scorer, wow, on air. So Liverpool is going to be winning machine. Nunez, welcome to Liverpool. Yeah, it's not done exactly yet, but I've seen people doing videos saying welcome to Liverpool and this, and but it's not done yet, but it's definitely in the pipeline. Mo Salaman in the house. How are you, my friend? It could be a fantastic weekend for Liverpool. It could be a Nunez weekend for Liverpool. And I, for one, will open a beer tonight if that happens. Hannah alone, I'm on tender hooks here. Is Nunez done yet? Not done yet, Hannah. Not that I know of. Anyway, I'm just checking Twitter here. I keep scrolling every 10, 15 minutes just to see if anything's going to pop up from anybody notable. Obviously, Paul Joyce is the big one, James Pearce, these type of guys. Yeah, everybody's talking about the Torres vibe on Nunez. He's only 22. He's almost 23, but the finishing, the touches, there is a Torres vibe, a bit of a man bun on his head. Whether he keeps that or not, I don't know. But it's the size of him, it's his stature and his pace. He's surprisingly fast. He is very, very fast. But Liverpool, I mean, it's just... There's so much work to do in the transfer committee. There's players running down contracts to last year. There's players looking for new contracts. There's players wanting in. There is such a big job. I'd like a midfielder as well. I would like a midfielder as well. I'm just looking here to see. It's almost there. There's people not happy about it. This has to stop. They're giving out to me by saying it's almost there. It is almost there at this stage. I mean, it was almost there probably Wednesday, but you know what I mean? It isn't there yet. That's the most important thing, I suppose. But I believe it will be done. I mean, if it isn't done, there's going to be a lot of egg in a lot of people's faces, isn't there? There's a lot of journalists and, people out there and saying that, it's done, it's this, it's that. Now, listen, as in any transaction, any deal, we all know what happened in the Nabil Fekir deal a few years ago. That was more or less 99.9% done. He was in Melwood. He was getting his photos taken. The green screen was there. He was doing this. He was doing that. The medical was almost there. And then final thing, last second in the medical, it showed up that he had some problem. I don't know if it was a heart problem or some sort of a murmur or some issue. No one really knows, and that fell through. And we all know what the fallout from the Nabil Fekir non-deal happened. So we still have to, hold tight just for now, I think. But I think it will be done. I mean, we want him. He wants to join us. It's just a matter. I think the personal terms are agreed, I think as early as Wednesday or Thursday. So, we give him what he wants. He's going to get what he wants. He likes the package. It's Benfica playing hardball. I heard they wanted 5 million more than what we offered. Then United came in probably offering more money and probably even better wages. But the fact that United aren't the United of 10, 15 years ago, and they're in Europa League. They're not in the Champions League. They have a new manager. It'll probably take 2 or 3 years of rebuilding there to get them back up to a Champions League level, maybe even a year or two. But we're ready to go. We're ready to rock. We're in the Champions League final. We've been in 3 in the last 5. Okay, we lost against Madrid 2 weeks ago today. But, we're way up there. We won 2 cups. We were in 3 cup finals. We brought the league game down to the last 5 minutes, basically, against City. So if you're looking at teams, plus there's Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is the X factor. Jurgen Klopp is the X factor. And I mean, everyone wants to play for Jurgen Klopp. He's the father figure. He is a father figure. There's no doubt about it. Mo Salah should go now. What do you think? Says Mo Salah, who obviously doesn't really like Salah that much. No, look, imagine Diaz, Salah, Nunez up front next year with Jota and Bobby on the bench, or mix any of those 5 together and bring 3 out of those 5. I would take it. Absolutely unbelievable. He likes to finish with a header or 2. Very nice as Tom. Yeah, and the crossing. The Trent balls in, the Robbo balls in, the young Calvin Ramsey, if he comes, can get a good ball in too. So if you have a big boy there ready to rock, a few headers, it gives us a different dimension, a different dynamic. The Anfield Rap, or the Anfield Lark, the Anfield Rap. Hope Man, you're keep imploding. They can't get worse, says Alex from the Anfield Lark. I called it the Anfield Rap there, but yeah, you wouldn't know. I think his heart was set in Liverpool early on anyway. He's played us twice in the Champions League, of course. He knows what it's like. He apparently after the game at Anfield was like, wow, with the crowd. So, I mean, we've big pull in Portugal basically as well. So I think maybe Suarez was biting his ear off to tell him. I don't know. I know Suarez was probably involved with Atletico Madrid as well, but we shall see. We shall see. But I do like him. We have an AC Milan fan in here. Rocco Mancini. I am an AC Milan fan, married to a Liverpool fan. When Nunez played at Anfield and Klopp went straight over to him at the end of the game, put his arm around him, I said to my wife, deal done, says Rocco. Yeah, well, he does that to a lot of players at the end. He did it to Jared Bowen from West Ham as well, and everybody was saying, yeah, that's a done deal. I'd like him as well, maybe next year. But, yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's not a done deal yet. I'm not saying it's a done deal. I'm saying it's a 90% job. I mean, anything can happen. Last 10% of a contract or a deal with your clubs involved, you have agents involved, you have medical staff involved, you have entourages and stuff like that. And you have that agent, Jorge Mendes is his agent, of course, he was in Portugal, and he's not easy to deal with. Although Liverpool have dealt with him a lot of times. Liverpool have a lot of Portuguese connections, a lot of Portuguese speakers at the club. Pep Lindner speaks Portuguese as well. Vito's there as well in the staff. So they've got a lot of Portuguese speaking people that know the game inside out, spent time in the Portuguese league, can deal with Jorge Mendes. So that helps as well. And it's a big job for Julian Ward. It's a nice one for Julian Ward to be involved in a big, contract chap like this. So we got to get it over the line, guys. We got to get it over the line. But Rocco's correct there, absolutely. What would you say is his weakness? The body is a temple. It is a temple. Well, I mean, look, I've seen a bit of stuff saying that his touch isn't great, you know, when the ball's played up to him, and he's a big lad, you know, should be able to hold the ball up like a Bobby type thing, but he's only 22, he's only young, he only really broke onto the scene last year, I would say. He got 36 goals last year. The year before that, I think he got 11. So, you know, we're buying a raw talent. He's not ready-made by any means. His touch could get better. Even his finishing could get better. I know you say his finishing could get better, but you can always make your finishing get better. You know, 36 goals. Let's go for 40 next year. You know, that type of thing. Maybe his positional play. It's a different type of way Liverpool could play. We could go, you know, we could just play one up the top now. You never know with Liverpool. It gives us options. So maybe his hold-up play could get better. Stuff like that. He's very good in the air. But touch, hold up play, bringing other people into the game. Maybe something like that. But I'm sure Klopp and Pep Linders and the boys and Peter Crouch, those type of guys at Liverpool will make this guy, turn this guy. We usually do turn, you know, rough lumps of coal into diamonds, don't we? We've been doing it 95% of the time. It has to be said. It's very rare that it hasn't worked. You could say maybe Karius and goal, who leaves, of course. Good luck to Karius. Hopefully he gets fines a club and starts playing football. He needs to play football, but he was one that didn't quite make it, as we all know. One or two young lads didn't make it. With injuries didn't help. The likes of Ox with injuries killed him. Really, he just couldn't get over the starting line. But I really do think, yeah, maybe body temple, to answer your question, maybe something like hold up play, you know, and bringing other players into the game and finding his rhythm, you know, the Gengen press. He's going to have a lot to learn to play with Liverpool. It's going to be a different system. It's going to be a different world, basically, you know, playing for Liverpool or playing for Benfica. Benfica, big club, you know, big European club, of course, in Portugal, but Liverpool is a different level. Premier League, different level. But he's done it at the Champions League level. He scored against Liverpool twice, Barcelona. He's done it in big games, so I've no problems there. But settling in, you know, not everybody comes in like Diaz and just goes bang, ready to rock. But if you can get him in early within the next week, within the next few days, and get him in, you can go for a little holiday, come back and get a full pre-season in. Get a full 3-4 week preseason and a few preseason games, maybe get a goal or two, get to know the lads, move into his house. It's a big move at 22. You know, it's a huge move. So if we can get him in and do that, I think it will absolutely help him down to the ground. So I think, like anything, some players come in late in the window and it doesn't help. They don't get a preseason and they're more or less within a week playing a game, a big game. So if we can get him in and get a preseason, I think it will absolutely be fantastic. Retro Unlimited in the house. Nunez, Kanate, Verge, Matip up for corners. Big boys up for corners. Exactly. He'll give us something different as well on corner kicks, yeah, because he's such big. I think he's nearly 6'2". And he's pacey. I've seen one or two of his headers. Wow. Now, they're great balls in, which he will get a lot of great balls in. So we expect him to get a few headers. Has he signed yet, says Joe Gibbons? Not yet, my friend. No, I'm not saying he's signed yet. I'm saying it's almost done. I mean, I'm expecting maybe even something today. I mean, I think something like similar to the Diaz deal. I remember it was on a Saturday. We were getting all these little bits back from Colombia, you know, holding the jersey, doing his little dance and stuff like that. So hopefully it'll be done soon. Carl in the house, domestic butler. How are you, my friend? Hopefully you are well. Hit the like, as Carl said. But not done yet, but Twitter is going to explode when it does happen, or if and when it does happen. Delboy Gunner TV, what's the crack, Dave? Delboy in the house, Arsenal man in the house, great Arsenal channel, of course. Check him out, an Irish man like me. I think he's doing a live show today of the Ireland-Scotland game at Aviva. Ireland are absolutely fucking shite at the moment. We're absolutely shite. Expect plenty of cursing from Delboy today, because I'm not expecting us to do too much against Scotland. Scotland have 2 wins out of 2. We've 2 losses. We lost to Armenia. Like 92nd, we lost to a Ukraine second team nearly the other night. So Ireland are, you know, transition city for Ireland. We're not that good. I mean, you never know. It's a Celtic derby, as they call it, at Dublin today. So I think Delboy, 5 o'clock live today, doing a live show. I'll pop in and say hello, Delboy. Absolutely. Obviously, I'm hoping Ireland get a result, but Scotland's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Gavin Jones in the house. Sad to see Sadio go. Been incredible for us. 100% faith in our recruitment team, though. Keep up the good work. Gavin Jones in the house. My friend Ken7, of course. Check out Ken7 on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. A official Kenny Dalglish merchandise, Ken 7. I have a lovely polo top as well I got from him, but the number 7, the Kenny Dalglish 7 on a Ken 7. Check it out. Put the link in the description if you want, Gav, because there's top class stuff there from Kenny Dalglish. Absolutely brilliant stuff, Gav. We got to do a video soon, my friend. We'll do a video with Nunez signs. We'll do a video, baby. Absolutely. Check Ken 7 out on YouTube. Top channel. And all the boys he does have on. I mean, he's have Paul Dalglish, Kenny's son on. He's have Kenny Dalglish on. He has all the top. I think he's had Paul Joyce on, actually. All the top journalists. And he just have Harvey Elliott's dad, Scott, on as well. Talking about Harvey Elliott. So he is in the know, as is Gav. Retro Unlimited, just need Bayern to pull out now. Well, yeah. A lot of people were talking about that. There's obviously the Bayern deal. I think they'll look for about 42.5 million for Sadio, who's a year left in his contract, to go to Bayern. And I think they've only offered up something like 30 plus add-ons. But I mean, he's only a year left. He's nearly 31. You know, he is brilliant. He was one of our best players last year, to be fair. He was up there, top 3 player for us last year. I mean, at one stage, he was even in for a Ballon d'Or, I think, you know, winning the AFCON and stuff like that, getting into the World Cup. So Liverpool want top dollar. They want top dollar for Mane, and you know, don't want to let him go cheaply. Absolutely not. But if they're hanging on for the Bayern deal to go through and then, you know, pull the trigger on the Nunez deal, I can't see that. I just can't see it. I think the Nunez deal will be done anyway, whether the Bayern the deal goes through. I mean, Salah, Mane wants out anyway. You can't keep a player that wants to go. I wouldn't. It'd be disrespect. I would not want the player at our club next season, even if it was Mane. If publicly he said he wants to leave, it would disrupt the dressing room as well, and Salah, and it just be too messy, you know. I just take the money, say goodbye. He's been an absolute legend for us, and say good luck, and bring in someone fresh like Nunez. That's what I would do. Losing the plot incoming from Del Boy. Well, you see Del Boy later on 5 o'clock. It's off Ireland, Scotland. Watch along. He's doing Del Boy Gunner TV on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. We'll do a video as well. I'll even do it with you. You do it with me. For start of the season, we'll definitely do something. A big preview Premier League show. I'll even pop out your house. It looks like you have a lovely background there, like a shed or a garage or something. We could do a nice little interactive beer show. A beer tasting show. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? But definitely Del Boy. Barca can't buy Lewandowski. They're skint. Their new signings can't register. Yeah, I've seen something like that. Retro Unlimited. Another YouTube channel. Retro channel. I mean, there's it's unbelievable amount of channels out there. I mean, it really is. I mean, I've done okay this year. A lot of views. Got over 1 million. I've over 1.1 million views. I got monetized last month, which took ages to get monetized. Not that I'm too worried about it, but it took ages to get monetized. I think you have to have 4,000 live watch hours, which people say that's not a lot, but it's actually quite a lot because, I mean, we've 11 people in here. We'd 15 a few minutes ago. To get 15 people in live, say for an hour, is hard. To get 4,000 people in live for an hour is really hard, unless you're Mark Goldbridge or someone like that. But yeah, we shall see. So it's been a really, really good, almost 2,800 subs. So let's get it up. Get your friends on board, Liverpool fans. We're going to have a nice pre-season chats and transfer chats and look forward to the new season. And hopefully Nunez happens this weekend as well. It will make it all the better. It's Steve, Retro Unlimited. Oh, Steve. How are you, Steve? Hopefully you're well, my friend. Yeah, Steve in the house, Retro. Enjoying a lovely Nescafe Alta Rica coffee. It's really nice. Check it out. But yeah, as I say, guys, Nunez not done yet, but keep refreshing the Twitter here. It will get done, surely in the next 48 hours, 28, 24 hours. We shall see. But I'm just retweeting. I'm refreshing Twitter. Still nothing. Still absolutely nothing. They're keeping this quiet. Unbelievable how they can do it, though. You know, with no leaked photographs or on a plane or not on a plane or landing. Everybody has a smartphone nowadays. You'd even have the fella that brings in the plane with his phone. It could be a Liverpool fan, say a John Lennon. Well, he probably would be. And he just takes a picture, see Nunez with his man bun getting off the plane, stuff like that. So I don't know whether he's flying in or not. I don't know. As I said to you earlier, we didn't do it with Diaz. We brought our team transfer team and medical team to Diaz, who I think was in Colombia at the time, getting ready for an international. Whereas Nunez, of course, was in Uruguay getting ready. I think Panama, they were playing this weekend. And a lot of stuff coming out last night that he pulled out of the team, or, you know, pulled out of the team to get the deal done and stuff. Look, I don't know. I'm not a flying. Yeah, I'm just looking at other guys. Dave O'Cop is fairly reputable as well on Twitter. He was saying a lot of it as well. But the likes of James Pearce, Paul Joyce, you know, the boys that we go, wow, it's a done deal. That those guys have been, I would say, look, they know Liverpool are interested. We got that far, and, you know, personal things agreed and stuff like that. But the actual done deal type of thing has not come up yet. But we will have to make a new song for Darwin. I'm trying to work on a new song for Darwin Nunez and see if we can get the cop singing it. Oh, Darwin, score for me. Stand by me. Yeah, I seen the stand by me music. Yeah. I stand by me tune. I don't know. You have to make it simple. It has to be catchy. Similar to the Jurgen Klopp song, of course, with the Beatles, you know. I feel fine. That type of thing. I work on it, I suppose. It's so hard. Everybody's doing the bloody same thing. So, I mean, like, you know, I just want him to sign at the dotted line. I want him to get over the line. I want the deal to be done, hopefully this weekend, so we can move on again and, you know, do videos on him and look at him when he's an actual Liverpool player. That would be the dream. But it just go on to Twitter or anything, and any little bit of anything, and it's just wow. I mean, it is. Diaz was similar. I think Nunez has just gone up to another level with, you know, in the nose or ITKs or whatever you call them, and people going, it's done, it's not done, he's on his way, he's flying in, he's flying out. United are involved. United have scuppered it. No, they haven't. He wants Champions League football. But far as I know, right now, as of 11:30 on Saturday morning, the 11th of June, he has agreed personal terms at Liverpool. I don't know exactly how much. I think it's a 5-year deal. It'd be a long-term deal anyway, probably a 5-year deal, as he's 22, almost 23. So 5-year deal will bring him right up to nearly 28. So that'd be about right. You're talking in around, 150, 140 a week, plus bonuses, add-ons, whatever he gets. He'll get a really nice package deal. There's no doubt about it. That looks like the deal to be done. Now, people saying medicals weren't done, but you surely could have done the medical in the Uruguay training ground. I mean, that, you know, that could have been done. Jorge Mendes is his agent, who, of course, is in Portugal. So that's not that far away. I mean, Zoom calls on the phone. United came in, Atletico came in. I think United's offered more money, more package deal, more, you know, personal things. But I think his eyes were already set on Liverpool. So it was just about Liverpool and Benfica agreeing the price structure of the deal, how much. You know, did Benfica want slightly more and Liverpool brought it down? Liverpool usually pay a down payment and installments. Like, it's never 100 million euro or 80 million pound or 68 million pound. Here's a check. It's usually maybe 20, 30 million, and the rest paid over the 5 years, 15, 20 million every year to bring it right up. You know, that type of thing, like installments. I think most modern transfers are done that way. But maybe that's something like that's holding it up. Or maybe the fact that he has to fly from Uruguay to Liverpool, which is far, it's an 11-hour flight or something ridiculous, and it's probably not even a straight, probably an interconnecting flight. Maybe that has something to do with it as well. And maybe he's only arriving in England or Portugal, wherever he's going today. And, you know, so I don't know. It's hearsay, you say, I say. Nobody really knows except for Darwin Nunez and his agent and his family probably, and Liverpool, you know. Julian Ward and Klopp and people like this, Mike Gordon, all these guys really know. We don't really know at this stage. They let us know. They will let us know when we need to know, isn't that it? Maybe he was conceived in Darwin. I think on Twitter the other day, it said there's 3 Darwins in it. There could be 4 actually, but there's Australia, Darwin in Australia. There's Charles Darwin, the evolution of football, and of course there's Nunez, Darwin Nunez, and there's another Darwin. I think he's a cartoon character. But yeah, look, it doesn't matter. I think the main thing for Liverpool is to just get it over the line, get the deal done as soon as is possible. Nothing will be down to chance. They'll want to get, as I said, it'll be a record-breaking deal. It will be big money deal. It'll be a big money deal. Package deal will be worth a lot of money, you know. I mean, I've seen another thing, City fans talking about, Liverpool splashing money and doing like this. Hold on, sometimes you have to do it. We did it for Alisson. We did it for Van Dijk. For big name players in key positions, you've got to do it at some stage. You know what I mean? We've been brilliant up to now. We haven't usually paid over the odds. But another one, I'm saying, oh, you paid slightly more than what City have played for Haaland. Wrong. Look at Haaland's package, the actual 5-year package. I think it was a 5-year deal at City. He's getting over $500,000 a week. He's getting over $500,000 a week. That's what, 25 million a year. Darwin Nunez isn't getting 25 million a year. I mean, he'd be lucky to get 150 a week. Might be a third of that wages that Haaland's getting. And he's probably getting other stuff and, free petrol in his car from the oil state-run club. So things like that. So, the whole package, you don't just look at the transfer fee and say 80 million. Then you look at his wages over 5-year, and bonuses and win bonuses and goal scoring bonuses and whatever other bonuses. And win the Champions League, he probably gets something. Win the league, he gets, So as a package, Erling Haaland's is probably twice what Nunez is when you look at it over a 5-year deal. So, stop the bullshit. You don't just look at the transfer fee, you look at the whole package, the wages and the bonuses thrown in. What's going on, Dave? Nelson in the house. Nothing much, my friend. I'm just, as I say, we're just trying to put all this Darwin Nunez stuff that's all over Twitter, all over social media. It's lashing rain here in Dublin now. Getting very dull and rainy in Dublin here at 11:30 in the morning. But hopefully Nunez can sign soon and brighten up my afternoon. I think that would be good. But it's got to be done. It'll be done soon, Nelson. I'm sure it will be done soon. Hopefully in the next 24 or 48 hours. Haaland getting $500,000 to lay on the stretcher, says Retro. I mean, he's injury problems as well. But that's what I'm saying. So people talking about are we signing the similar price, Haaland, similar price, No. Haaland's wages are ridiculous. They're $500,000 plus a week. I mean, Nunez, if and when he signs, will not be getting $500,000. I mean, Salah won't be getting $500,000. You know what I mean? So you have to look at the structure of the deal. So let's relax on that one. Nelson, how are you feeling? Are you ready for the medical for Darwin? Yes, I've got my gloves on and everything. Look. Yeah, well, as I said yesterday, I mean, why wouldn't Liverpool fly 4 or 5 people out to Uruguay, to the training ground where he was at with the Uruguay national team? Surely they have all the stuff there. Probably even have a green screen. I mean, you could do it all there rather than him having to fly back. You could do it all there. Like what they did with Diaz. They flew to Colombia, did all the green screen stuff, did all the medicals, did all the dancing, did everything with the jersey. I don't know why they wouldn't do it there. So we shall see. But it should be done this weekend. You would expect it to be done. I'm hoping it's done this weekend. But it's not. There's something up in the air, isn't there? Haaland will be off in 3 years. Where? Off to where? I mean, it was a 5-year deal. I think Haaland got at City. 5-year deal's about right for young lads. You want to get him. I mean, if Nunez signs, it will be probably a long-term deal. Looking at maybe 5 years. So 5 years brings him even a year past Klopp. And Klopp will probably say, that brings him to 2027. Klopp's here to 2026. But there's still it's got to be interesting, guys. Nothing's done yet. I keep checking Twitter here just in case, just in case. I keep tipping and tapping here, but nothing seems to be. Now, there's a lot of hearsay, you say, I say stuff on Twitter and stuff. Just be careful. You really want the big boys and big girls, the likes of Melissa Reddy, the likes of James Pearce, Paul Joyce seems to be the in the know, Paul Gorst, Liverpool Echo. You want the big boys and big people to say it's a done deal before you jump, There's a lot of these Portuguese journalists and Uruguayan. I'm sure they're okay, but I just don't know them. He has a 100 million release clause at the end of 3 years. That all? Jeez, I know. Listen, I think Haaland will score. If he stays fit, he'll score goals. He's an animal. He's a beast. He will score goals. That's what I'm worried about. Just whether he stays fit. That's the question for Haaland. But who cares about Haaland? If we can get Nunez, that's my eyes will be on Nunez, not Haaland, But hit the like, guys. Hit the share. We've 15 people in. As I say, it's just a little Saturday mornings, relaxed, eased down chat for people just to, ease it down. There's so much on Twitter. Probably not worth even looking at it, to be honest, because there's this, it's fell through, it's going ahead, it's the medical, he's flying in, he's flying out. United are going to get him. United aren't going to get him. Atletico are looking at him. So just, I think Liverpool are in control of the situation. Just ease down. Hopefully we can get it over the line. in the next, 24, 48 hours. Calvin Ramsey could be done as well. I think you're looking at probably Monday for him. He's really another top young 18-year-old fullback from Aberdeen, 4 million plus. So hopefully that one could be done soon as well, you know. Who's next, Dave? As I just said, Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen looks to be the next one. I think he was on holidays with his girlfriend in Dubai. I seen something on Instagram last week. So he's due in. He's due in, I think, this weekend. So I think that'll be done. Liverpool been talk. I did a video on him 6 months ago. I think Liverpool were interested. It'd probably Fabio Carvalho is the done deal. He can't come in until July the 1st anyway. So he's another exciting 19-year-old from Fulham. He is really, really, you know, this guy is going to be good. This guy is going to be absolutely fantastic. As I say, I'll go live if Nunez signs today. Tomorrow, I'll go live within 5 minutes of it and we'll do something. But, you know, all eyes on the proper accounts, I suppose, because, you know, don't get your hopes up with the wrong accounts. Dave, are you from Ireland? If so, what your reaction about Ben Duick? Ben Duick, I think, is Scottish, isn't he? I am from Ireland. I'm from Dublin, by the way. But Ben Duick, I think, is Scottish. I'm almost correct on that one. But another good young talent, Nelson. Bellingham break the bank. I can't see us signing Nunez and Bellingham in the same transfer window. I know there's a lot of talk about maybe Bellingham next year, but the problem is wait until next year, unless you do some sort of deal that you're only going to sign for us next year, like an Naby Keita type thing. You sign him and then say, right, take him next year, we pay you next year, and you can stay at Dortmund, something like that. Possible, but we shall see. I'm not going to stay on much longer, another 2 or 3 minutes, guys. But as I say, if Nunez signs or there's any crazy breaking news, I will go live for that. But fingers crossed it gets done the next few hours or day or two at least. All eyes, guys, on Darwin Nunez. Thanks for popping in. Stay safe. Talk soon. We shall see what happens. But Darwin Nunez to Liverpool is almost done. Cheers, guys.